Today we'll be reviewing the Naught Australian Dry Gin.
Hi, I'm Jo and this is Maximo. We are Tipples and Treats. Today we are reviewing something a little different. We have this box here. So I decided to treat myself to a gin subscription. And
A gin club.
a gin club. Yes, indeed. So we are based in Melbourne, and this gin subscription box is also produced in Melbourne, Australia, for those of you that don't know. And so I thought I would support a local business and expand my repertoire of gin. So this is the first box that I have received. So let's open it and take a little look. So the box is quite nice. It has their name on the front, Garden Street Gin. So let's open it and see what's in it. So the subscription is quite flexible. You can opt for a monthly or every second or every third month, and I think you can pause it at any time. So if you get a backlog of gin, you're not drinking it too fast, you can pause. And
never a problem in this household.
Well, I think my sister said a bottle of gin a month is okay. Anything more, you need to take a look at yourself. So we'll go with that. So it's a very nice box. It's got some printing on the inside, and it comes with a little booklet of information about what's in it. So that's quite nice. Nicely printed, very professional. Okay, so I'm going to grab the bottle of gin first.
The most important thing.
The most important thing.
Because it is a gin club.
It is a gin club, after all. So this is an Australian dry gin, and it is also very local to Melbourne.
It is.
A Naught gin. That's the brand. That's a distillery, rather, and it's in a suburb to the northeast of Melbourne, isn't it?
It is.
Eltham.
Eltham.
Yes.
Which is on the outskirts of Melbourne.
Yes, it's a little way from here, certainly.
It's probably about 35 kilometres from the central business district.
Yes, yes. So it's quite a nice bottle. It's a clear gin, and we will take a taste of that.
We will.
Soon.
What else is in the box, Jo?
What else is in the box? So we have a couple of bottles of tonic. So the Fever Tree tonic from the UK. There are two of those. Well, the second one is buried. Here's the second one. And then we have some treats as well. Well, we have the dehydrated orange is a little garnish for your gin. We can pop that in later. And then this month we have a couple of snacks. So these are Carmen's brand, and Carmen's is also a Melbourne business.
They are.
Which is a very, very big business now, but started locally. So this is the oat slice, golden oat and coconut, and this is the Belgian chocolate brownie.
Are they gluten-free, Jo?
No, Maximo, these are not gluten-free.
Yours, not mine.
They're mine. However, crackers, these are gluten-free.
Oh, they're mine, thank you.
So these are Super Seed and Grain 7 seeds cracked pepper crackers. So gluten-free, no added sugar, the healthy option. So those would go nice with a bit of gin.
Cheese.
Yes.
Bit of cheese.
Pre-dinner drinks.
That'd be a nice treat, wouldn't it?
It would.
Is there anything else in the bottom?
There is one last thing. So this is a bit of a
Surprise?
interesting addition. So we have a can here, and this is Australian vodka lemon myrtle. Interesting.
I've never had an Australian vodka.
No, I don't think I have either. Low sugar, natural ingredients, grain shaker, Aussie grain.
We'll have to have maybe a mini review of the Australian vodka with lemon myrtle with maybe a bit of crackers and cheese.
I think so. I think we'll put these two together and do a little review of these. I'm not sure about these.
No.
I'm not sure these go with alcohol.
No. They're more a breakfast bar or something, aren't they?
I don't know. Maybe we can take a little, I can take a little bite of them and see what they're like, but maybe not a whole bar. So that's what's in the box, and I was, thank you. I chose this box because it did come with these extra additions. So there are lots of gin box subscriptions to choose from at the moment. Australian gin has taken off in the last few years like crazy, and lots of people are doing subscription boxes.
Now I think, Jo, this was $99 delivered, which I think it's reasonable value.
Yes.
Because the Naught gin alone is $79.
Yes.
So $79 plus the tonic and some of the foodstuffs and the Australian vodka delivered. I think it's pretty good value.
Yeah, I do too. I do too. And as I said, it was a treat. I don't know how many months I'll carry it on. I don't want a stockpile of gin building up, but I'd like I was just buying one bottle of gin, drinking it a few times a week, and then when it ran out I'd buy another one. But now I just decided to have a choice, and so I just thought this would be a good treat, and I'll just see how long I decide to go with it.
Indeed. Now, this particular distillery also has a bar that one may visit if we're not in lockdown, which we are.
Yes.
So one day we'll have to put a visit to this particular bar in Eltham. It's a bit of a drive for us, but
it's a nice day out.
Indeed.
And if you're going to have a tipple, you need to, you can't drink and drive, so you need to spend some time there.
Indeed. Now, this distillery, one of the founders was Chris Cameron. Now, he's a former professional basketball player, and he also has a love of numbers. Hence the name Naught. Indeed. And if you're into basketball, it's all about numbers and percentages and shots and whatever. So, incidentally, for this particular distillery, their first commercial release was 2020, so only last year. Really the wrong time to be opening a bar, I think. Wow,
I have to query that. Well, wrong time to be opening a bar, but a good time to be producing a gin. Because while everyone's in lockdown, people can't go out to bars, so they are drinking a little bit more at home, perhaps.
Perhaps they are. Shall I do the honours, seeing as this is a twist?
Yes. You can manage a twist top.
I can manage
okay. And once again, we are going to try this neat, just a little tipple. That's enough.
Oops, I spilt. Oh, and again.
You're making a mess there.
A big mess. Oh. So I have some tasting notes from the Gin Club, and the tasting notes are that this is a clear and bright gin. So it's certainly clear. Bright, well, it's clear. In terms of the nose, they've said it's sweet and delicate. And indeed it is.
I can smell sweet.
Florally sweet.
I do smell floral as well, yeah.
It's quite.
It actually doesn't say floral on the tasting notes, does it?
This is a 700ml bottle, and the alcohol content's 47.1%. So that's a little bit higher than most gins that you've tried. And I think it's sort of a peppery sort of. Maybe that's the alcohol. I'm not sure, but it's certainly a more delicate sort of florally aroma on the nose, isn't it? Quite botanical. Well, shall we?
Ooh, peppery. That's peppery.
And it just builds and builds, doesn't it?
Mm.
The spice builds. It's quite sort of smooth and on the first taste, and it sort of builds and develops a bit of pepper, doesn't it? A bit of spice. You can really taste the juniper, and I think it's sort of citrusy, whether it's lemony or orangey, or it's certainly warming, isn't it? It's sort of a warming, peppery taste.
Yeah. It's really interesting to let the flavours develop. It changes over time, I think.
It does. It's sort of, it's quite a long finish. There's certainly spice and quite a long finish. It sort of builds and builds. The pepper and the spice sort of builds from the front of your palate towards the back. It's quite a nice gin.
Yeah, it's really different. I don't think I've tasted one like this.
No, I don't think I have either. The tasting notes advise that the botanicals are juniper, coriander, cassia. What's cassia? Do you know what cassia is?
It's a spice.
Is it? I'll have to look it up. Wattle seed, which is a Australian seed. Star anise, pepperberry. Have you heard of pepperberry before?
Yes, I've heard of it. Yeah.
Chamomile, and licorice.
That's a lot of different botanicals, isn't it?
It is.
A lot.
I think it's sort of the licorice sort of aniseed sort of taste, isn't it?
I'm not a fan of licorice, so I can't say I can taste that.
It's quite delicate though, and it's towards the end, part of the finish.
It's funny, when you read the tasting notes, you can then maybe identify it, but until then you're like, what is that combination of taste? It's
certainly licorice sort of aftertaste, isn't it?
It's not strong now.
No,
not strong
it's
at all.
quite delicate, and and I think that the spiciness or the pepper comes from both the botanicals and perhaps the alcohol content. It's certainly
I'm going to
a dab of ice.
a dab of ice.
Let's see what difference that makes.
For me, it didn't make much difference.
No, it sort of perhaps closed down the fruitiness on the front of the tongue, but it hasn't really made.
The peppery is still there.
It maybe not quite as strong.
Oh, maybe yours melted a little faster than mine. It still, to me, it still tastes
peppery.
Quite similar.
Yeah, it hasn't made much difference.
No.
It's quite a delicate yet strong taste. Delicate and complex at the same time.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
There is.
There's a lot of interesting flavours.
Shall we try some?
Yes.
Some tonic. Now, what's your theory on tonic? Less is more.
Less is more.
Now, I wouldn't possibly pour your
No.
tonic.
I'm just going to have an absolute splash.
I think I like a little bit more tonic than you. But that's a splash as well.
Mm-hmm. Can you still taste the flavours?
I can.
Mine's been diluted quite a bit just by adding a splash, I must say.
It certainly cut down the spice and the pepper. I think the sweetness and the botanicals are still there. Perhaps.
Yes.
It just maybe
yeah.
the dilutions cut down the alcohol and the sort of the spice and pepper perhaps.
Yeah, I think the pepper is toned down quite a bit by adding that. But
I just swallowed some ice. It certainly improved it, made the gin smoother and
a lot smoother. I think that was possibly the perfect amount of tonic.
for you. Excellent.
Splash.
Yep. Well, that's another great gin we've got to indulge on, or tipple on, as we say.
Yeah, enjoy a little tipple every now and then.
Every now and then.
So have you tried this gin, Naught gin? It's certainly an interesting one. It's a nice bottle. Let us know if you've tried this gin or another Australian gin, or what is your favourite gin. Let us know in the comments below, and we might get round to trying your favourite tipple and giving it a review.
And I think I can see my next tipple, the Australian vodka,
Yeah, we'll give that a go.
with a bit of cheese and crackers.
We'll get the cheese and crackers out.
But hopefully you've liked our tipple of the Australian dry gin. And if you've liked it, please hit the like and subscribe button. And we'll endeavour to come out with another review shortly.
Very soon.
And on that note,
Cheers. So we reviewed this Naught gin a while back, and a few weeks later I've had a few tipples. As you can see, the level is about here now, and something I didn't appreciate at the time, because we were really sampling it in a small glass, is it just seems different later. And I don't know if you can see, but it's a little bit cloudy when you put it in a bigger glass with the tonic. So I've got a couple of ice cubes and some tonic, maybe about 50-50 here, and it's cloudy. And the second time I tasted it, as soon as I tasted it, I could taste those licorice tones. Just hit me straight away. It was really quite strong, and it just looks a little bit like ouzo, you know? That cloudiness, that licorice aniseed taste. I don't know if that's something that happens to that aniseed taste when you add something to it, water, tonic. But yeah, so I thought I would like to make that clear. Definitely has a really noticeable aniseed licorice taste. So if you like that, I would definitely recommend it. I don't think it's my favourite, but I'm still drinking it, so cheers.